And I want to check in on you, see how you're doing today. I totally get it, man. When you read a book like No Man, Mr. Nice Guy, and it describes your whole inner world so clearly, there can be some shame associated with that, right? We can feel guilty about it, like we've done something wrong, like we're bad. And that's kind of the whole point. I mean, in No Man, Mr. Nice Guy, he talks about internalized toxic shame. That in there somewhere, what we have is this belief that we're not good. Right? That it's not okay to be us. That in a lot of different ways we have outsourced our happiness to someone else. That we've put that on somebody else. That we've made them responsible for our happiness. Meaning that we have tried really hard to please them. We've tried really hard to work hard enough and pay for everything and provide and protect and be good enough to be pleasing to someone else. And that means that we spend all of our time and energy thinking about what other people want and none of the time and energy thinking about what we want. And we've also made them responsible for our happiness by saying, hey, I don't feel good. I don't feel safe. I don't feel okay in my life. I don't feel fulfilled. I don't feel happy. Make me happy. And then we are dissatisfied with the way the person goes about it, right? We have ideas about what they should or shouldn't do, how they should or shouldn't behave, what they should or shouldn't do for us or think about us or provide to us. But that's just making them responsible for our happiness. And sometimes we don't even know what that is for ourselves at all, right? We don't know exactly what we're seeking or what we're needing or what we're looking for, but we're expecting somebody else to be able to read our mind, to be able to figure it out and provide it for us. So again, we can come back to the shame of like recognizing that, crap, I have been operating this way for decades and it has not produced the result that I wanted. It's actually produced a negative result, maybe the opposite of result of what we wanted. And so we can feel really bad about that. We can feel like we've wasted our time, we've wasted our life, that we've been bad, right? Because shame is not just that we did something, made a mistake or did something wrong. It's that we associate it with our sense of self, that we somehow tell ourselves because we did that thing and it was wrong or bad or incorrect or a mistake or something, that we're wrong, bad, a mistake, that we're not worthy, that we're not valuable, that we're not good enough, which is also part of the cycle that we're in of looking outside of us to someone else for them to appreciate and love us and care for us and value us because we're not really sure how we feel about ourselves. So it's all part of the journey. It's all part of the story. You're right where you're supposed to be. This is a moment of awakening. This is a moment of awareness. Just like when you walked into math class, the first time you ever walked into math class or algebra class or any kind of class, right? Welding class, whatever. You didn't know. There was things you didn't know, right? And you didn't know that you didn't know. But that's the first step. The first step is that we don't know that we don't know. The second step is we become aware of what we don't know, right? Somebody explains algebra to us. Somebody explains a welding machine to us. And then we say, oh, okay, I'm not sure that I entirely get it, but I'm willing to show up and practice, right? I'm willing to show up and do the work. And so we do the practice, we do the homework, right? We do the repetition until we work on it. That's the third step. The third phase is we work on it, right? So the first phase is we don't know. Second phase is we become aware. Third phase is we practice and we work on it. And then the fourth phase is where we've mastered it, right? We've been doing it so long that it's second nature. And in fact, we've gotten to a place where we forgot that we didn't know, which is, the classic question there is, when did you first learn that 1 + 1 is 2? You probably don't know, right? But there was a time way back when you didn't know. And you didn't even know what math was, and you didn't know what 1 was, and you didn't even know that 1 + 1 was 2, right? But now you've been doing it for so long that when I ask you that question, you're like, I don't know, I just know, right? I don't even know who taught it to me. Until this moment, I didn't even remember that I had forgotten. So that's what's going on here, right? It just happens to be that it's in relationship to your relationship. It's in relationship to our life. It's in relationship to how we relate to other people in our life and how we think about ourselves and what we think about ourselves. So that's going to take a little bit of unraveling, right? You've operated for decades and with a certain mindset and gotten a certain result. So it's going to take a little bit of time to kind of unravel the hairball. We're not going to be able to just yank on some threads and make everything come apart. We're going to have to kind of tease it apart and do that consistently until we find ourselves in a place where we're happy with the results. So stay connected to the guys in the community. I'm here. I've told you, that we can work together one-on-one. That's an option as well. I'll be happy to point you to books and resources if you want to self-soothe, self-medicate, self-coach. Also, if you want to break up our calls into bite-sized chunks, right? Just schedule a call as you need. I'll be happy to work with you on that, because staying in the same place really is not an option. It's not where we want to be. It's not what we want to keep experiencing. We want something different for ourselves. We want the next 20 years to be different than the last 20 years, right? And that's what she wants to, right? She wants to experience something different as well. And really, quite honestly, once she starts experiencing a different version of us, then there's opportunity for reconciliation, right? There's opportunity for relationship 2.0. And because the first version of the relationship, has run its course. It's no longer viable. It's served its purpose, but it's not sustainable. So we have to have a different version of relationship, which means that we have to do our work. We have to go first, and we have to work on us. So there you go. Just a little word of encouragement. If you need anything, I'm here, and I'll talk to you later. Okay? Take care. Bye.